Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. My name's Andrea and this is Beauty with Andy. So today is my weekly Shop My Stash. So we're just going to go through the products that I was using last week. I'm not going to do a weekly Shop My Stash review this week just because I pulled the weekly Shop My Stash products, I think Thursday, maybe even Friday. I'm going to try and put this up today. It's Wednesday as I'm filming this. So yeah, just gonna go through this briefly. So don't really need to show you this as I show it every single week. But this is the PS Beauty chocolate eyeshadow palette. I've not used that this week just because I've been using the Too Faced chocolate gold palette and it has the transition shades in, so I didn't need that. I've only used this once. This is the Makeup Obsession. It has my highlighters in it and there is a blusher in it. I haven't used the blusher inside it. This one was pulled as a makeup ruler inventory, so I used those two highlights. I'm going to keep it in probably for a couple of more days just so I can use that, and then I've used all the products. Maybe just today I'll use that and then that can go back. Then, as I said, I've been using this one constantly this week, and probably for the portion of last week as well, the end of last week. It's the Too Faced Chocolate Gold and I absolutely love this palette. So I've used all the top row apart from that black, which is called Decadent. I used this shade yesterday. No, I used this shade yesterday, which is called what? Dipped. I think I'm going to use this shade today. Is it Love and Cocoa? Yeah, I think I'll use Love and Cocoa today, and as the week goes on I'll use these shades. I always use those three shades there anyway. I just want to use every single shade in this eyeshadow palette, and I will put a few looks up as well. I think I've got like one or two looks, so I can put them up at the end of the video. So this was pulled a couple of weeks ago now, out of my makeup ruler inventory. I've got a photograph with me wearing that, I think, so I will also put this somewhere in the video. Probably at the end when I finish talking about the palettes, I'll insert a few photographs. This Revolution Beyond Radiance palette, I absolutely love it, guys. It is very comparable to the Hourglass ones. So far I have only used this one, and it's good for like the under eye area to brighten it up. And I also used that as a highlight yesterday as well with my Mary Luminizer. So I put my Mary Luminizer on first and that over the top, and it looked beautiful, guys. Really happy with that. I might actually keep that in for another week. This Revolution and Imagination highlighted the Moon palette as part of my Project Pan. I've recently filmed a Project Pan update, so that will be going up soon. Then we have this Catrice Glamazing Glamorous Neutral Colour Baked Eyeshadow Palette. Still not used it. This will probably be getting used next week now. Looks really nice. I mean, I am a bit on the fence about them being baked eyeshadows, but if I don't like it I can always pass it on to someone else. I've never used it before. And then finally we've got the Z palette with all my Benefit box blushes in, which I haven't used again this week. The only thing I've used out of here is this contour shade and then that highlighter. For now and the blush there. For now I'm going to keep them all in, and then just continue to test them. So that is everything in this little caddy where I keep all my palettes. So now let's go into my everyday makeup drawer. Right, so we'll start off where we normally start off. I think I'm going to put this back. I don't think I used it at all this week, but I used it the week before, and I know that I really like it. It's the travel size in Luminous Flush. Even though it's a travel size, it is big enough to... it would last forever. Let me show you what it looks like inside. I mean, how beautiful is that? It's such a beautiful colour. Let me do a finger swatch. So that's it there. So pretty. So yeah, that one can go back. I've only used Mary Lou once. I kind of want to keep that in for another week, so let's keep it in for another week. Let me see if I can open it. I absolutely love this, and I've not used that much of it, so yeah, I would like to keep it in for another week. This MUA blush, I'm sure I've used it once, and I've just swatched it and I'm not sure about it, so I'll keep it in for another week. It's just in the shade Papaya Whip. And then I've used this once as well, this Hourglass Dim Infusion. Really like that. That's staying in it for another week. Only used this Kiko blusher once. It's a blusher, but I use it as a bronzer, and it's the Rebel Bouncy Blush in 01 Velvet Peach. Let's see if I can show you what it looks like. That's what it looks like. Can you see it's quite brown in tone? So yeah, it does look like a good bronzer on me. So I'll put that back as well. This highlighter here can go back. So this is the Colourpop Super Shock in Stole Show. Really pretty. Used that once or twice. Oh, and there's a NYX contour shade. Right, so I'm not too sure what I want to pull for bronzers. I think I'll leave that in just in case I do want a contour rather than a bronzer. So that's everything that's staying in this week. Then here we've got this highlighter by New Look. Really like this. I tend to put this on first and then go over with a powder, so that can stay in that section. That needs to go there. Mascara time. Right, so this is the Essence Lash Princess False Lash Effect Waterproof, and I've only just bought this. I bought it for the Get Ready With Me using Essence products, and guys, I don't think I like it. I am using it because I don't want to be wasteful, and also because I want to get a true opinion of it. I have only used it a few times so far, but yeah, I have used better mascaras in my collection, and also I don't remember the original being like this. It just leaves my eyelashes really clumpy. Maybe I do need to get the original and just test that out as well. Maybe I'm just getting like better mascaras and I don't like the formula anymore. It's been a good couple of years since I used the original one of this. What does everyone think of this mascara? I would love to know your thoughts. And then this mascara, this is like a total opposite. I absolutely adore this Kiko False Lashes Concentrate Lengthening Top Coat Mascara, and it goes well with any mascara, pairs well with even that Essence one, it pairs well with it, but I can only put one coat of each on, and normally I would put 2 coats with this on. Then we've got these here. Like, I've not used any of these for the past couple of weeks. So this one, this 17 Wild Metallic Eyes in Wild Green, this got pulled out in my makeup inventory roulette a couple of weeks ago and it's still not been used. I do want to keep it in here until I've used it. That way I can just know whether it's still good to use, because it is quite an older product. So yeah, that will stay in. This one will stay in just for those days that I don't have a shade like this in one of my palettes. So that's in the shade Lace. This will stay in until I've used it. Love this, guys. It's the only single I've got from Urban Decay, and it's in the shade Solstice. I mean, how expensive are these? They're like £17–18 to buy, but yeah, very worth the money. Then I've got this Kiko one. It's just got a gold eyeshadow in, and then I've got this Lottie in Savage. It's an eye foil. It's really, really good. There's a Becca, like, I think this is in the shade Opal. Yeah, it's in the shade Opal. Not used this for a while. I might actually get rid of that. And then there is this Ciate Cooling Eyeshadow Slick, which I've not used at all, so they all need to be used soon. Right, so then we're going here. This is like where the majority of the products that haven't been used. So I pulled this one out. This is the Rimmel Stay Matte, and it's in transparent. Yeah, because I'd already used the Peach Glow one. It's in transparent. I still haven't used that yet. I'm going to use that today. And then this NARS Pierre Hardy in Boys Don't Cry. I think it is. Yeah, Boys Don't Cry. It's a really, really beautiful blush, but it's very, very vibrant. And my makeup roulette inventory pulled it out for me. I'm just going to open it up. Right. Can you see how vibrant it is? And it looks like it's barely been touched. There was a gold overlay, and that's all come off. But other than that, just look at it. So you have to use it really, really sparingly. I've not used it yet, so that needs to be staying in. I might not do a roulette inventory this week, guys, just because I've got a couple of things that I should be using. I haven't decided, or I might just pull 2 or 3 products out of it. So this is the Milk Makeup in After Party, I think it's called. Didn't use this. I pulled this out just because I've got another problem with my eye, but it's like my waterline. I don't know what it is. I don't know whether it's a little spot or an infection or a sty, but it really, really is hurting. And I'm not using eyeliner at the moment, so that's why I pulled that, just for a little bit, for like a wash of like eyeshadow if I needed it. So that can stay in there for when I do want to use it. I've been using, this is probably the powder that I've been using the most, along with the one from the Revolution Radiance palette, the white one I showed you earlier. So this one is the Translucent Perfect Light Loose Powder. Still not sure how I feel about it. It is good for drugstore. It's probably my best powder in my collection for drugstore, along with the Rimmel one that I've got. But I just don't know whether I prefer the Rimmel one or this one, and the Rimmel one is so much cheaper, I think about £6, and this one is on the verge of 12. So yeah, I'm going to continue to use it, but not now. I will put it back and pull a different powder, because I have used that all week. Right, so I didn't use this at all this week, so I'm going to keep this in. So it's the Laura Mercier Secret Brightening Powder in the shade 1. That can stay in. And then obviously we've got the eyeliners. Like I said, I've not been using any eyeliners just because I can't risk making my eye even worse. So that's in But First Espresso. And then we've got a Silky Nude. This one's in a Project Pan. Well, I think they both are really. That's in a Project Pan as well, but I just don't. It's in a unofficial Project Pan. Come December, I probably will put it in an official Project Pan, not a unofficial one, just to use them up. Then we've got this. I did want to use this. I think it's going to have to get decluttered. The gold layer of the top seems to be coming off. The only eyeshadow I like in it is the gold, so I will use that probably next week. Keep it until then. Then we've got this Body Shop Brow Duo. I've used, like I said in the Project Pan update, I have used quite a bit from this. So yeah, these get used on the daily. So there's this one, and then there's the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Palette. So they're just Project Pans. And right, so let's put the things back that I'm going to keep it. Right, so at the moment there is literally hardly anything going back, so there's probably hardly going to be anything to talk about or pull from the collection. So this is nearly done. Can you see there's not that much? I don't think I'll get much more than a week out of it, so then I can pull a new one. I'm not going to pull a new one today though, I'll just pull it as and when I need it. Right, face products. So I think I use this once or twice. I do use this every single day. So it's the Nivea Daily Essentials 24-hour Moisture Boost and Refresh moisturiser. But I've been using this so much, guys, like 3 or 4 times. So this is the Spackle Hydrating Moisturising Under Makeup Primer by Laura Geller. That can go back. This is the new concealer that I've pulled in. So it's the Revolution Fast Base Concealer in C2. Really, really love that. Not used this at all. So this is the CoverGirl True Blend. So I'm going to keep that in for another week. Didn't use that this week either. So I need to focus on that this coming week. I've also pulled this out of my Project Pan drawer. So I will be using that. All I'll be doing is using the brightening side of it. I don't like the concealer side, it's too dark. I've not used this either, so it's the Body Shop Vitamin C Instant Glow Enhancer, so I need to use that more, or remember to use it. This, guys, is brilliant. So it's the Simple Soothing Eye Balm, and it really does soothe. I really, really like it, and it was so inexpensive as well. I really do recommend it. The foundation I've been using all week is this L'Oreal Infallible Total Cover, and it works so well with this. I remember when I used this foundation, I don't know, a few weeks back, and it showed every single dryness on my face, showed all the texture, and because it's so like high coverage, but it didn't when I used that moisturising primer by Laura Geller. So I do need to remember that they pair together well, but they're both going back today. What else do we have? We've still got the masks, I've not used them. So we've got the Garnier Skin Active new Hydro Bomb Tissue Mask. We've got these under eye masks as well, and then we've got the pore strip here. I've not used this again. I know I was saying in one of my last videos I'll probably use it on Sunday, but I've not got around to using it, so I do need to use it this week, either that one or that one to get it out. I might just use all these products sometime during the week. Don't know what that is. Sometime during the week, just to use them all up. So they're just currently there. So what we're going to do now is just going to go through the collection and pull a few products. There's so much that I don't need. The eyeshadow palettes I don't need. Like blushes I don't really need because I've got that palette. But I have been using the palette now for 2 weeks, even though I haven't used any of the Benefit box blushers. Right, let's just go through it all and see what I want to pull. I'm going to be doing this new kind of series, Try It Thursday, I think, where I try products that I've not already tried on camera and see how I feel about them. This time I think I'm going to do the eyeshadow palette that I got recently from Winky Lux, the Kitten Uptown palette I think it's called. It's a really beautiful palette and I want to do a look on camera with that. So yeah, let's get into the drawers and pull some stuff, I guess. So it's just 6 items that are going back. All the rest is staying in, so you can see there's quite a lot of items, and then obviously those over there as well. This is the new perfume that I've recently pulled just because I finished the Kate Moss one, and this one was up here when I pulled it as well. So this is the Far and Away Paradise, I think it's called. So yeah, let's just get into my, sorry about that, that's my camera strap. Let's just get into my makeup drawers and start pulling some items. Right, so as always, let's start in the drawers. So we'll go second drawer down just to see if I actually need anything. That foundation is pretty glowy, but I do really like a glowy foundation. I've not used this Japanesque in quite a while. It's just a Radiance primer, so I think we'll pull that. And then that's it from this drawer, I think, because I've got a concealer out. I've got a concealer, so I don't need anything else from this drawer. Foundations, I'm just going to pull one more just so I've got a bit of choice for the week, even though I probably will just use that one foundation. And I'm just trying to think what I've not used in a while, and I would say I've not used this Bourjois Air Matte. I'm not sure why that is there, because I've used that recently. I've not used this in a while, so let's pull this. So this really needs to go towards the back. It's the Primark PS Pro Longwear Mineralised Foundation. I used that not so long ago, so let's put it near the other Primark one. Right, so that is everything from that drawer, and then that's just the lipsticks down here. What I might do this month, well, I'm gonna be doing a lipstick edit today, I think, as well. But what I might do this month is do a lipstick roulette edit, just because my lipsticks aren't getting a lot of love, and obviously these ones in the drawers aren't. So they need to get more love, and yeah, maybe pull 10 or 15 in a lipstick roulette rather than doing a lipstick edit. I think that's quite a good idea. So let's go to the first drawer down. So this is just like all my powder products. Right, and I've just looked at this because I was going to pull it. So it's the Milani 01 Amber Nectar Illuminating Face Powder, and it's not pigmented at all. Right, so that's what it looks like. It really is beautiful, but no, hardly any pigment comes off it, even though in the light there it looks like. Now I'm just going to declutter it, I think, because I don't really have a lot of room here for my powders anyway. So I don't need an under-eye setting powder, so I won't pull that. The next powder up in a compact form is the Essence All About Matte, so let's pull that one. Saying that though, do we really need to be pulling powders? I think we had quite a lot. Just give me a sec. So I'm not going to be pulling this one this week. I'll just pull a loose powder because we've still got that Rimmel one. So up next, ooh, my favourite. So up next is the Too Faced Born This Way. I absolutely adore this powder, so we're pulling that one. Then we're moving over to blushes. I mean, I don't really need any, if I'm being completely honest, but maybe one. So these ones along here are recent ones that I've used, and then I put some back here that I've recently used as well. So I guess maybe this one, this Max Factor one, and that one is in the shade Lovely Pink, so we'll take that. I'm just wondering, yeah, I'm not too sure on these Revolution blushes, and I did test the Treat one out that I have in the shade Treat, and I like that. This one is in the shade Love, so we'll pull that, and that's it for blushers. Then highlighters. So let's pull this like Becca Little Mini I've got in the shade Opal. Whoops. I don't have a lot of highlighters. I know it looks like a lot of highlighters here. We're keeping the Balms Mary Lou in, so what's that? Yeah, we'll test this one out again. I'm not too sure about this. I think it's too dark and might have to get decluttered. So that's okay for highlighters. I don't really need anything else, I don't think. Just because if I do put anything else in, I will confuse myself. Now let's go down to the second row down, which is just all face palettes. I don't think I'll be pulling anything else from here. I've just had a look at this and I just thought to myself, shall I pull it? Because I've been meaning to play with this for a while now, and I didn't think I like this bronzer as much as I do, but it is a glowy bronzer, and most of my bronzers in my bronzer collection are matte. So I'm going to, not today, but I will be pulling it soon. I'm going to pull it probably next week and have a little play with it, and if I only like the bronzer and the highlight, I'll get a magnetic palette and free up all that space there, because that is just ridiculous how much space this is taking up. Or I could just like put that somewhere as a decoration. I'm not too sure what I'm going to do yet, but yeah, this is basically all my face palettes, which I don't need any face palettes. Have I pulled a bronzer? I've not pulled a bronzer. Don't. Right, so the next bronzer up is this Bourjois bronzing powder Delicie. Right, which looks quite dark. I'm going to pull two this week. So there's that one, and then there's this one, Physicians Formula. I know I really like this. It's really nice and glowy. So we'll pull them two. Right. Glad I remembered to pull the bronzer. Like I said, there's not really anything from here that I want to pull. Well, I could pull loads of things, but I won't get to use them. Then in here, I said it earlier, but I want to start doing an extra video each week or each fortnight on the channel called Try It Thursday. Maybe once a fortnight. Once a week is being a little bit too I know probably that I won't do that, but yeah, it's this palette here, and it is absolutely stunning, guys. It's by Winky Looks. I always struggle to get into it. Oh, right, so it's the Uptown Kitten palette, and that's what it looks like. It's super pretty, so I do want to do a look with this on Thursday and just show you what it looks like. So we'll pull that one, and I think that's it from this drawer, and I know for sure that we're not pulling anything from this section as well. OMG, there's so many palettes in this bottom drawer. I'm surprised it's not given way yet, but yeah, this is what it looks like. And I know that I have asked for a couple of like eyeshadow palettes for Christmas, so I probably will be decluttering some things. I need to get around, what I really need to get around to is filming looks with all of these eyeshadow palettes by Makeup Revolution, and the ones in the back here that look like this, because I've got quite a lot of them as well. But there's like this one, I'm not too sure I want to keep in the collection. This one is the I Heart Makeup Pink Fizz, and these ones are pretty bulky, so it looks like that. It does look pretty, you know, I'm not going to say it doesn't, but am I really going to be using those kind of shades? So I need to test this out really soon. The palette that I want to use for sure is definitely the Lemon Drizzle one. It is so pretty. Is that it? Oh, that's Naked Chocolate. It's this one. Yeah, it's so pretty. I wish that they hadn't put the Naked Chocolate in similar packaging to the Lemon Drizzle. It's just so similar. Anyway, this is what the Lemon Drizzle palette looks like. How pretty is that palette, guys? I've really enjoyed using that recently. And yeah, that's what the packaging looks like. Can you see how they're so similar? But yeah, this is everything. Thank you for watching. If you've not already subscribed to the channel, please hit that subscribe button and notifications bell. I'm going to take you over to my drawer now and show you what we're looking like. Right, so I just need to do this quick because there's not a lot of memory left on the memory card. So the only eyeshadow palette I pulled is this Winky Lux one for that Try It Thursday that I'm going to be doing on the channel. So that one is I'm going to be doing a look with that soon, and then everything else has stayed the same. Now into the drawer. Right, so that is where all the face, like blushes, highlighters, yeah, blushes and highlighters, that's it. That's where they are. My mascaras are there. That highlighter should really be over there. Then we've got my translucent powder there. So I need to remember to use these two in conjunction with one another, or like alternatively this week. So I'm going to keep this in, like I said earlier. I'm going to also keep that in. So I've got 2 bronzers this week to be using. We've also got an under eye setting powder there. I need to use this. I think I'm going to use this today. This NARS Pierre Hardy Boys Don't Cry blush, and then I might put it back just because it was pulled out from my Shop My Stash inventory and there's far too much going on in the drawer. Those are Project Pan. These are items that I haven't used yet. Well, this one I always use when I don't have that shade in a palette, and this one is part of a makeup roulette inventory, so this one needs to get used in the next couple of weeks, then I can put it back. And then these are all my base products in like moisturisers, so we don't really need to go through it again. I'll just talk about the new things that I put in. So we put this Bourjois matte foundation in, and from what I can remember I really like that. And I think, oh, and this this Japanesque Radiance Primer, I really like that as well from what I can remember. And then that is everything that I'll be using this week. And I'm sure I spoke about this in last week's Shop My Stash review, or no, it would have been my Shop My Stash review, because I didn't do a weekly Shop My Stash last week, or I did, but I didn't like do it on camera. This one is a really nice highlight, don't get me wrong, it's barely been used, but it just doesn't look good on me personally. So I'm going to see if my niece wants it. As you can see, it's practically brand new. Don't just want to declutter it into the bin, and it's from Topshop. It's the Crescent Moon one, so it's not cheap. It's not a cheap highlighter, but yeah, I'll see if she wants it before I declutter it anywhere else. But yeah, this is everything for the video. So this is what we're working with, all this, and obviously the palettes at the back. So I'm really going to be focusing on the Too Faced Chocolate Gold this week and trying to get that out of the collection so I can use the Catrice Glamazing eyeshadow palette next week, and then obviously start pulling some eyeshadows for the following week, which will be around Christmas time, and then I'll probably end up with some more makeup. But we love makeup here on the channel, don't we? So we're not going to complain about that. So if you've not already subscribed to the channel and become part of my little fam here on YouTube, I would love it so much if you would. Please hit that subscribe button, or you can click on the kind of like photograph of me that comes up on the right hand side at the end of the video. Or just go to the subscribe button and obviously click the bell as well, the notifications bell, and that will tell you when I upload. I upload normally Mondays, Wednesdays and Fridays. I'm going to try and upload a few videos over the Christmas period as well. Just thought I'd let you know about that. And then I'm going to be doing Try It Thursdays every 2 weeks as well. I just feel like doing something different on the channel. So yeah, hope you're all okay, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.